the monitoring station and we will go over the rules. Welcome, Captain, to the Archives. To proceed, you will need to deposit your codes into the 3 corresponding receptacles. Once they are verified, I will open the door. Your data resides in Unit 18. You will not be able to access any of the other units. Once you've collected your data, return to the entrance. You may insert the first of the archival codes when you're ready to begin.
Okay, now I've seen everything.
There you are.
Captain. Surprised to find out we're having visitors as we work.
Major Sanon and I were just discussing the merits of your planned interfactional cooperation. I think it's a great idea. Get them invested in the solution. Make it clear we've got nothing to hide.
I'm sure they'll be lovely house guests.
Now, Captain, if you wouldn't mind transferring the documents to the Major, she and I have been discussing next steps.
Time for us to start getting some real answers. And figure out if... So whenever you're ready. Acknowledged and accepted, Captain. So with the data out of the way, we've been discussing where exactly this work's getting done. The Red Devil's headquarters on Mars, back where you found Percival, seemed the natural spot. Already has the equipment, the safety measures. Should even be able to house its own cadre of independent observers. Though it sounded like the deputy had a few more things she needed to discuss with you first.
Indeed. The most important of which is getting you your citizenship.
Then I guess we'll see you on Mars.
Captain, if you'll follow me.
Yes? What?
All right, Captain. Are you ready to become a citizen of the United Colonies? Good. This isn't the only item we need to discuss, so I'll give you the short version. Please raise your hand. Captain, through your actions today and in days past, you have earned your place among the United Colonies. Through service, bravery, strength, and upholding of the mutual good. Will you carry and cultivate... Then, Captain, I'm pleased to welcome you into the United Colonies as a full citizen. Here, your official ID and your citizenship dispensation. We've also let the Aphelion Realty office out in the plaza know you're approved to purchase property. Now, the other item we needed to discuss. There's a member of the UC who's asked to speak to you, but this person is in a sensitive position. Normally, we wouldn't even consider something like this, but we think this person has information that could prove useful in dealing with the Terramorphs. And they've stated they'll only share it with you. They asked for you by name. So I need your agreement that everything you're about to see is kept in the strictest confidence. You can tell no one. Can you agree to these terms? I'm sorry. I can't share any more with... Let's hope it never comes to that. Head to the elevator. You're going to subsection 7. I'll make sure you're cleared for access by the time you get there.
You're out there a lot, right? In space? Just do us all a favor and never turn into one of those spacers. Scum. The galaxy.
Logging authorized entry. Unsealing access. You may proceed down the corridor.
Welcome, Captain. Please, come down and approach the intercom. You and I should chat. President Abeyo was kind enough to give me a few, but now you face a foe unlike any other. An invisible enemy lurking in the shed, which is why I hoped we could speak. Perceptive. I like that. I'm Francois Sanon, but most know me as Vae Victis. I was an admiral during the Colony War. One of its great villains, if you believe the slates. I was to be executed for my crimes, but the previous regime deemed me too valuable. A sacrifice on the altar of even my death. Captain, please. There are no... Which, right now, means finding a way to protect the United Colonies and beyond. An effort you and my progeny, Hadrian, have already made impressive progress on. Though I am curious. Has she shared with you the nature of our little family? Did she? So willing to trust Hadrian. I never did succeed in driving that out of her. Our relationship has always been a challenging one. The Major was born to become a great leader, carry on the legacy I established, and was given all the finest training. But the universe cut all that short. Now though, and I think I have a part to play in helping you accomplish what you've set out to. After some long years earning the trust of this current regime, the UC has been permitting me to work alongside. helping them gather intelligence on, locate, and organize scenarios to lure in some of the... with quite a few successes, I might add. But in the process, I managed to find something else. The names and locations of Hadrian and Percival's old research team. Valuable manpower for the effort you're about to embark on. I'll tell you where they are, but in exchange, I need something dealt with. There is a former colleague of mine, a man by the name of Dr. Reginald Orlaise. Like myself and Hadrian, he was involved in some of the United Colony's more problematic lines of research. Mech weapons were his specialty. If it dealt death, he could make a deal more. When the colony war ended, he fled, refusing to face tribunal, and has continued to peddle his skills to the highest bidder to this day. But I finally found him. I want you to track him down and deal with him, however you're able. I'm not expecting he'll come quietly. Bring me evidence that the job's done, and I'll tell you what I know. You can certainly try, but the man's been out there 20 years. He's likely gone feral by now. Easier for all if you simply blow up his ship and be done with it. Speak to Deputy McIntyre. I'm sure she'd be happy to hear that someone might be tying up this loose end at long last. Though I would ask you, do not make the mistake of confusing me for a simple...
Doesn't add up. Spaceport has anti-xeno protocols.
Captain, did your meeting go well? I hope it's clear. Captain, please, keep your voice down. The situation with the prisoner is a complex one. A holdover from a different era. But it's a situation we've been managing as discreetly and and the most critical part of that management is making sure no one else learns it. Short of jailing you? No, you're right. But in this moment, I think it would be a big... Though I presume he didn't call you down there simply to discuss his daughter. Dr. Reginald Orlaise? He's finally found him. Of course, killing Orlaise is completely out of the question. But bringing him to justice... That'd be a huge win for the UC. What's being offered in return? Allowing you to kill someone on behalf of the prisoner? Absolutely not. But taking the chance to bring a known criminal to justice? Well, the old man's been right more than a few times in the past. So... Really? He found the members of the research. We'd already initiated a search for them, but it'd save a lot of time and manpower if he just gave us that. Captain, if that's the deal, you have my endorsement. Just so long as you make every effort. Now, was there anything else you wanted to discuss regarding your meeting? Trusting the man downstairs would be a mistake. But I don't think you need to be too This is far from the first name he's handed over in all previous missions. So while I'd certainly warrant caution, I think you can proceed. Then I'll bid you good day, Captain. And...
Deal with him, and you bring me the evidence. If that's what you require to sleep at night, according to my information, he's been hiding around the world of Etheria. Wolf system. There's a star station in the vicinity. The Den. The head of the local vanguard, one...
Identity verified. You may proceed to the exit.
For a cup of coffee right about now.
I'm pleased to report that our stocks are currently being maintained at... Welcome to UC Dis... I hope we have... Back to it then.
spacers, scumbags, and
Please disregard my attempted insert memory.
Can I help?
Stay here. Get the hell out. Apogee complete. We're in orbit.
Acknowledging incoming hail. Docking Bay 1 is free.
Seals are good, air pressure good. And we're docked.
The station was rebuilt after it was destroyed by House Varun. It's unclear why they felt like rebuilding it was necessary, but they did. Hard to believe this place is still intact, but the military is nothing if not resilient.
Looking to lodge a complaint? Then you want UC security, not the Vanguard. Oh, apologies, Captain. Didn't recognize you without the uniform. So, what can I do for you? Orlace. Doesn't ring a bell. Suit yourself. Well, I can tell you there's no one on the den by that name. But there has been a rumor about a ship floating out around Etheria. They call it the Warlock. Maybe this Orlace of yours is the one piloting it. I can give you the coordinates to its last sighted... That part of Etheria's sky is an old debris field. Plenty dangerous. More than a few scrap... Well, the original dense star station was destroyed decades ago during the Serpent's Crusade by marauding House Varun zealots. Big part of the remains from those battles ended up gathering around Etheria, forming a nasty debris field. Every now and then, some headstrong scrapper comes limping back because they hit an 80-year-old mine. Or sometimes they don't come back at all. I honestly thought it was just a story board haulers told each other to keep themselves amused. Pretty surprised to find out he has a name. Like, finding out the Grim Reaper's named Mitch or something. Huh. Makes you wonder, though. Ships have been disappearing in those fields for years. Going theory on why was a combination of old ordnance and Etheria's gravity disappearing them. But maybe someone's been helping them over the ledge. Sure thing. Here. This should get you pointed in the right direction. Go get your man.
What? Oh, sorry. Just a terrible heart attack.
It's a little surprising, isn't it?
Welcome to the trade. Our stock may not be as vast as New Atlantis, and seeing as the Trade Authority is the only fully licensed operator for the Den, I'm afraid it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, and I hope this and all future interactions are profitable. I hope we have what you need.
You didn't hear this from me, or those ecliptic mercenaries? The factions who use them.
And we're away.
love breathing in the air here. You'd imagine it would smell like any other city, but it smells tranquil. That makes sense. Like the air carries a dash of purple tea.
You will be scanned as you enter the city.
You're handling this whole captain thing really well, you know. I knew a place like this had to exist. I just never thought I'd actually be in it.
Authorized personnel. Your friend has to stay here.
Oh, sure. I guess me and Sergeant...
Welcome back, Captain. So he didn't come quietly. Excellent. Please, deposit it.
Transfer accepted.
Would you look at that? Kept it all these years. Some simply couldn't let go of that old world. This is fine work, Captain. I can ensure the remaining team members find their way to the Red Devil's headquarters. Except for one. That one you'll need to collect yourself. His name is Kaiser. You can find him on the Freestar world of Nira, wandering the battlefield there. The area was ground zero for xeno-weapon deployments during the war, so I would arm yourself appropriately. And I think you'll want to check in with Hadrian and Dr. Walker before paying it a visit. Kaiser will likely have security protocols you'll need their help to overcome. A military Model A, yes. Specifically customized for the needs of the Xeno warfare team during the Colony War. A powerful resource, if you can recover him. I dedicated my life to the United Colonies. Every effort of my being to their protection. I even gave them my heirs, even if my circumstances have changed. You're saving the galaxy, Captain. What tool wouldn't you use to...
Authorized personnel only. Your friend has to stay here.
Captain. Sergeant, you named us the
Captain, do you require my assistance?
Marco, that room of yours better be clean next time I go in there.
I'll get to it, Dad.
I'm bumping away. This is my gear. Understand?
Fine, okay. Go on.
Orbit achieved.
Jump complete.
Welcome to UC Space. Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo. Your...
Captain, welcome back. Was afraid you might have gotten reassigned. You've been gone so long. So how's it feel? To each their own. Still remember my ceremony. 19 years. One of the proudest days of my life. But it is real good to have you here again. We've been going through the Terramorph data, and these logs, they're even more thorough than I remembered. Genetic workups, population statistics, hell, even their food chain. I'd completely forgotten, for example, that there was a creature that actually ate Terramorphs. At this point, the data's given us more options to explore than we have people to work on them. That'd be something, wouldn't... I'm sorry, are you? You're serious? You found our research team? That's incredible. That accelerates everything. With them back, it'll let us... Wait. Kaiser. Did you find Kaiser? That's right. You would need that. Whoever gave you these leads sure knew their stuff. Well, how? How exactly did you manage to find... You can't be... Oh, you are. But still, getting Kaiser back, that gives us more than a few new paths forward on dealing with the terror. But if he's been out there on his own all this time, you're gonna need some... Come on. We've already made a lot of progress getting this place back online. Some of the containment chambers were a bit on the pleasant side, but necessary. know it's here somewhere. Uh-huh. Here, Kaiser schematics. Actuators, weapons, batteries. That old robot's been MIA for a while, so chances are he's gonna need some repairs. He's also got a lock on his voice controls. You can give yourself authorization with the phrase, Nos belli machinis. Now, where exactly is the old machine? A battlefield? On Nira? Ugh, sheesh. No wonder no one's found him. That sector of Nira was destination #1 for xenoweapons during the war. Add to that general environmental devastation, and the kind of lawlessness that comes with any Freestar world, and that planet's got more than enough ways to make a visit your last. But I think there's a place where you can start your search. Yep. One-of-a-kind salvage. Licensed to an Angelo Alonso. Goes by Gel. As good a place to start as any. Kaiser lets us do field work with a level of precision that there's really no other way to accomplish. More than a few of the options we're looking into. Detectors to uncover the Terramorph transmission method, or crafting a targeted biological agent. And asking a group of Marines to accompany us for that kind of work, well, it usually ended up with ruined The Colony War saw a lot of hard fighting, but Nira, everything the Freestar Collective and UC could muster, ground troops, xenoweapons, both sides hoped something would decisively turn the tide, but when the war finally ended, swaths of that world were so devastated they were effectively abandoned. So what Kaiser's doing there of all places? And I'll make sure we're ready to put them to use as soon as you've got them.
Some work done?
Pressure holding. Takeoff looks good. Retro's firing. Orbit stabilized.